Warning, this podcast contains neck blood.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for The Walking Dead, Season 6, Episode 11, Not Untie. I am your host, Clio, and with me I have John.
Hello.
And Dom.
How's it going? Did this episode contain a single knot?
No.
Well, I mean, they're all metaphorical knots.
Are they?
Yeah.
Not.
Well, I think everyone in this episode is really, evaluating their relationships and stuff like that.
I'm really scared.
But I think the biggest untying knot was Gregory going against Negan and getting the Alexandrians to kill him. I think that's the biggest knot untying in this episode.
Yeah. I mean, I just can't get over how scared I am for the next episode.
Yeah,
I just want you to know that. I really can.
Literally the last line in my notes is all caps paranoia. This show is
I don't
paranoid.
think next episode is going to be so bad.
No, it's just the future. Like, you remember last season, I was paranoid too, and the season before that, this show is just making me more and more paranoid.
We have, 4-5 episodes left until the end?
Yes, I believe so. This is 11?
11, and it goes to 16?
5.
Yeah, we have 5 left.
Yeah. So, I'm more worried for that 5th episode than I am for the next one. So yeah, I'm with Chrissy, I'm scared of the future. And there's a lot of Glenn foreshadowing here.
Stop. I want to hear it.
There really is.
There is, though, and they're doing it intentionally with us having the knowledge of it. So I think they're going to pull a switcheroo on us.
Which switcheroo are we talking about?
The Glenn one. I don't think Glenn's going to die.
Okay.
It's either going to be Maggie or Daryl.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to talk about it. Abraham!
Yeah, let's talk about Batterman.
I couldn't. I was writing the notes. I literally couldn't. I just wrote baby comments.
Yeah.
I can't. He's just too much. Because he's like... Glenn didn't even know what he was talking about at first with the Bisquick comment.
When you were pouring the Bisquick, did you mean to make pancakes?
And he was just like, what? Oh! And the whole time I'm like, Abraham, it's none of your damn business.
I mean, it's a morbid curiosity, I suppose.
Yeah.
There's really no tactful way to ask that question.
Yes, there is. Did you mean to have a baby? Like, it's still a little insulting, but at least it's not gross.
I mean, yeah, there's no way you could say that without it being insulting.
Did you two happen to catch The Talking Dead?
Yes, I did.
Kid Cudi's comment when he said, to the windows, to the walls. I lost it right then and there.
Did you see the list of things that, Walking Dead has ruined? Pudding, cookies, pancakes. They had a list, or it was a tweet. Someone's
pudding, cookies, flowers.
Huh?
Pudding, cookies, flowers, pancakes, and there's something else.
Flowers, right? Flowers, pancakes.
I just realized that Carol ruined the majority of those things.
That's true. That's true.
Maybe it was casserole. I forget, but it's mostly Carol.
Yes, it was casserole.
Yeah, there was like 5 of them, and I know Carol ruined 3 of the 5.
Wasn't that like, I'm sorry, your husband's dead casserole or something like that?
Yeah. But I'm really not sorry, because I wanted him dead.
See, there was a last season on the Vampire Diaries. They had a recurring theme of pancakes. So pancakes had a whole new meaning for me after that thing, and I typically don't make pancakes. I'm horrible at making pancakes. I burn them. There's two ways that I make pancakes. They're either horribly burnt or incredibly raw. There's no perfect pancake. There's no in between. So, like, I made pancakes for one of our Vampire Diary podcasts when, like, that was the themology, and I was just like, now I'm, like, thinking of what Abraham was saying and, like, reimagining me pouring the pancakes, and now I'm, like, mixing the themologies between the two shows, and I'm just like, I never want to eat pancakes again.
Oh my god.
I'm never not going to refer to semen as anything besides baby batter.
Oh.
Bisquick? Gonna call it Bisquick.
No, I'm going to call it baby batter.
Baby batter. So we get Abraham at the beginning of this episode. Thinking about Sasha while post-coital with Rosie.
Deuces.
Deuces.
Yes, they did.
He tried to be so big and tough about it too.
He did, but he's like, "You're leaving me."
Which is a good move on her part.
Very good, because I think she felt weird about it all.
Yeah. So, you know, she was like, all right, I'm going to just remove myself from this situation and just let this be. Because she can see what's happening.
But, like, you know, and I can analyze all these characters. I can even analyze Jesus to an extent. But, like, I have no idea what the fuck is in Abraham's head. Like, does he want a baby? Does he want to settle with Rosie? Does he want to settle with Sasha? I don't understand.
I don't think he wants to be with the girl that made him the necklace.
Rosie, yeah. I agree. I don't think that's what he wants either.
Because he lost the necklace.
Yeah, but it's not like he lost it on purpose.
No, but...
He's not going to be broken up about it.
Yeah, and she's going to be.
Yeah, upset.
Because she put the time and effort into making that. And that's a big deal, like... It's a big deal any time that's done. But especially now in, like, the zombie apocalypse. Like, it means a lot more because you can't go to the store and just buy something to give to somebody. You have to hand make it.
Or even you can't go to the store to buy the tools to make it.
Right.
You know, like that wire she must have had to scavenge from something else.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I mean, what I think is going on with Abraham, because I really actually put a lot of thought to it. Well, more than I normally would.
Yeah.
That he, you know, for a while lost the will to go and do anything anymore, and very recently got it back with Sasha. Now, you know, with Rosita, like, really was, like, you know, his military chick. Like, his, you know, they were kind of in a relationship. They're just kind of, like, you know, sort of seemingly pretty casual for the most part. They weren't really, like, lovey-dovey. They just boned once in a while.
Yeah.
And then
he always wore his raincoat.
Of course.
No,
galoshes.
Galoshes, sorry.
And he doubled up.
Don't want to do that. But my idea was that, you know, since he's changed so much, you know, he is kind of a new lease on life. And obviously, because he's thinking about children, thinking about having children, you know, he said as much. And maybe he just doesn't see that kind of future with Rosita anymore. Maybe, like, that relationship isn't what the new, and I use that term loosely, new Abraham might be looking for. So that's why he's looking towards Sasha, which I'm not going to say is the right thing to do. It's really not. I think he could talk to Rosita about it, and probably things would be okay. You know, but...
I think he realized, though, he doesn't want Rosita.
Right. I mean, he's coming to realize, like, he's not really in love with her.
Right.
So, and again, he also got the life strangled out of him almost, and he probably had a, you know, passing vision of his wife and his family, and that's a contributing factor.
It's confirmed. It is confirmed now he is into autoerotic asphyxiation.
You know, I had that thought for a fleeting second after that happened.
He was just in euphoria. Daryl's like, "Are you okay?" He's just like, "Yeah."
I agree. I think he had a vision.
Yeah.
Like a really weird vision.
So that was my thing. It was like, he's evolved past Rosita, which not makes it sound like Rosita's a piece of garbage, but she's not. She's a cool person.
Right.
But he's evolved past what their relationship was.
Yeah.
And what she wants from it is not the same.
Yeah, because people grow in different ways. Even when you're together, you grow completely different ways, and you may realize in X amount of years you don't want the same thing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to a big life decision like having children.
Mm-hmm.
That's where a lot of couples look at each other and just go, well, we just went, we're parents now. You don't do parenting the same way anymore. Like, we didn't talk, mostly because they didn't talk about it to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And, maybe one had reservations that they didn't discuss. And, I see it happen all the time, is that's like the biggest divergent point for couples. So it makes a lot of sense, even in the normal world, as we call it.
I think the question is, how is Abraham going to handle it? Is he going to be like, hey, Rosie, sorry, I think we should break up? Or is he just, like, going to handle it in not a great way?
Probably not a great way.
Yeah.
As in banging the other one in the couch or in the bed, whatever, while the other one walks in.
I feel like Sasha's better than that. Like, that Sasha... Because everyone knows he's banging Rosie. Everyone knows it.
Well, yeah.
And she even said previously that, before the mid-season, like, you need to talk to Rosita.
Exactly.
Like, she made that absolutely clear.
Yeah.
But I think he wants to.
It hasn't happened. She left. She's not going to hang out with him anymore.
I think what he wants to do is bang Sasha, leave, bang Rosita, flash the deuces, fucking spin around and leave.
See how many kids he can make out of it.
Right.
He just wants an entire soulless redheaded family.
Yes.
Kidding.
Smooth.
Dolphin smooth.
You're just gonna gloss over my batch of pancakes reference?
Yep. Yep. Dolphin pancakes.
No, dolphin pancakes.
That's a baker's dozen, at best.
All right. Somebody out there, can you please bake a pancake in the shape of a dolphin and tweet it at us? Dolphin smooth.
I'll do that.
Dolphin smooth pancakes. You'll do it? Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
If we have Bisquick in the house.
Baby
I
batter?
didn't do the envelope.
You didn't.
I didn't. I was going to steer us in the direction of Jesus.
Damn it.
Your prediction did that have to do with this episode?
Yeah, that they were going to find other colonies and shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Happened in the comics.
Yeah. So, do we trust Jesus?
I trust in Jesus.
I don't.
You don't? Okay.
I don't trust Jesus, but I trust in Jesus, if you get what I mean.
I don't.
No. So glad you said that.
Yeah.
Explain.
And they really explained it very well in The Talking Dead, which has already what I was thinking going into it. You have a guy named Jesus who you're supposed to love and worship, taking the name. He looks like the portrayed image of Jesus. It's just like he's super friendly, everybody loves him, and that's the perfect cover.
Mm-hmm.
He's up to some shady shit. He's probably working with Negan. And that's my guess. I haven't read the comics. Right? I'm like, I don't know, episode like issue 36 or something like that. I think was the last one I looked at. So I'm so far behind in the comics. I'm nowhere near where they are right now. Or the graphic novel, however you want to word it. But so I don't know for sure if that's how it happens, goes down in the comics, anything like that. I don't know, but that is how I feel like the direction it's heading in.
Do me a favor.
Okay.
Won't you go to Google?
Won't
you type in the word Jesus?
Okay.
And Jesus the Walking Dead is the first thing that I'm pretty sure will be the first thing that pops up, because I just did it just to test something. So Jesus from The Walking Dead is maybe more popular than Christ at this point, because like the autofill just went to Jesus Walking Dead for me.
Okay, well,
It's probably highly searched, especially with this last episode.
Because
I'd get Jesus. I get Jesus, and then I get Walking Dead right under it. So
yeah, all right.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Jesus,
take the wheel is under Jesus Walking Dead.
So here's I like Jesus. I think him coming to the hilltop sort of made me feel better about him being on the up and up. Oh God, what was I gonna say? What I think we haven't seen him talk to the people. Like, we haven't seen a conversation between him and, like, the blacksmith or whatever yet. But the way I'm seeing it is, because he introduced himself with his real name. He said, my name is Paul Ruvio, but my friends call me Jesus. Like, he was a little embarrassed that his name is Jesus. So that makes me think that he had the beard, he had the hair, and then people started calling him Jesus, and he's like, guys, stop, don't do that. And then he just gave in one day, and everyone kept calling him Jesus.
Yeah, it's not like a self-appointed nickname.
Yeah, that's what I feel. Because he did introduce, he's like, I'm Paul Rubio, but my friends call me Jesus.
Yeah, but that's still the perfect cover, because if he's generally upfront a good guy and he's helping them colonize and doing all this stuff, and they're gonna look at him as a nice guy. But if he's got this secret agenda, like he's working with Negan, he's a scout, he's like, oh, they have this many crops, they have this many horses, pigs, cows, whatever.
I want it to be true.
And then he goes back, tells Negan, and Negan's like, oh, well, you were short. Send this message. He's the messenger in between. That's the way I'm looking at it.
I believe in Jesus.
That may also be why, like, they hadn't found Rick's civilization, Alexandria, this whole time, is because Jesus never made his way down there. Negan doesn't seem like the kind of guy that is leaving the walls of his place and just going around scouting randomly. He seems like the kind of guy who's seated in a position of power and has all his minions do everything else for him, and gets his hands dirty when he needs to, but is surrounded by all his people.
I want to believe in Jesus.
Jesus is really the devil. It's like the same way Santa Claus. Santa Claus, he's big and red and an anagram for Satan, and Santa is an anagram for Satan. So yeah, like Santa Claus sneaks into little children and bribes them, and he's the devil.
Okay. I like Jesus.
I want to say that I think he's filling a hole in the cast, because we haven't had the logical peacekeeper guy in a while.
We thought it was going to be Morgan, and lo and behold, that didn't fucking happen.
That's not happening.
Yeah. So. Yeah, you're right.
So that's nice.
Mm-hmm. Especially if he is proven to be trustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
Then he'll definitely fill that slot really well.
Yep.
But he just shows up in Rick and Michonne and Carl's house, just like, I gotta talk to you guys. I know you're naked and stuff, but we gotta talk.
I heard you boning. You done yet?
I heard you boning. I figured I'd wait, a couple minutes so you guys were done. But he was the actor was, oh god. He can't see. Oh, good. No, I forgot what I was gonna say. No, wait. Oh, the actor who plays Jesus was on The Talking Dead.
Yes.
And one of the fans asked him a question about, was he unconscious the whole time in the car driving back with Rick and Daryl? And he's like, I don't think so. And then he was kind of leaning on Daryl on purpose. Because I think I said that last week. That he wasn't unconscious for the whole time, and I thought that was super funny.
Yeah.
But he said that Jesus got up and like went all around Alexandria, scoped it out, and then went to see Rick and Michonne.
He saw everything.
Saw everything. Too many butts.
I don't know if he saw any butts, actually.
That's true. We are the ones who saw the butts.
Right.
We saw the butts.
You know, and I do want to call attention to the reaction everyone else had to seeing them. You know.
Oh my god.
And a lack of dress. just like, oh.
Not even Arl could believe it.
Arl.
No.
Yeah, even Carl was like.
His name is Arl from now on.
We'll see how long that lasts, Tom.
He seemed cool with it. He was like,
yeah,
I don't care, whatever.
But in the moment, he was just like, what just happened?
Yeah, he took it really well.
Yeah, totally. Like a champ.
Why would he care? I mean, he was probably like waiting for it to happen.
Maybe.
Probably. I don't think he would have taken it bad, but I was just surprised how mature his response was to it. Like, I'm gonna stay behind and watch Judith. I don't care, Dad. Like, everything's cool. Like, you go do that. I'm gonna stay behind because this lack of an eye is probably gonna scare the shit out of people. It's not gonna make a good first impression. And I was like, that's actually really mature for once, Carl. You decided to stay in the house.
Meanwhile, Rick goes up and stabs a dude, and that's the first impression. So I mean,
no,
right.
The first impression was he stabbed a dude and then covered in blood. He goes, "What?"
Yeah.
I laughed so hard. That was the highlight of this episode for me. What?
What?
No, but Carl finally taught himself to stay in the house. That was my point. You know?
Judith's little wave was adorable.
Yep.
That was really cute. She was like, "Hi."
See, that's another like anomaly from the comics. You know, like she was dead a long time ago in the comics. Mm-hmm. She died at the end of the prison. Mm-hmm. So TV went a different route with that. So that's kind of why I'm saying the Glenn foreshadowing just is a little too much. I don't think it's gonna be Glenn.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying that this whole time, partially because I need to be in denial to protect my fangirl heart. Partially also because I don't think it's gonna happen. It's
just because Maggie was the one that said, you know, we're gonna help this group out, and we're gonna stop Negan. Well, but at what cost? There always is a cost.
But Maggie said it, yes, but she wasn't the first to say it. When they were talking about Negan, it was Rick who was just like, "Yeah, we'll kill him. It's fine."
No, I know, but she was the one to discuss the loss of something, where it's going to cost us something. She was the first one to bring that up, and that just foreshadows Glenn.
Or she's talking about herself.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying, but
it could be anything.
It's foreshadowing Glenn because we know that that's what happens in the comics. So I feel like it's a false foreshadow.
Speaking of Miss Maggie, are we cool with her arrangement? She's like, "We're taking half of your fucking food."
I think it's a good deal for the other group, because it's a one-time half of your stuff, where Negan's was half of everything every time. This is half of everything that you have now, and we'll help you, and we're done, you know, and we'll set up a trade route or whatever.
Yeah, but I don't know, because as soon as she started making those demands, I was like, "Whoa, you sound like Negan." Except the fact, well, here's my first reaction. I was like, "You sound like Negan, except you didn't kill someone." Oh no, wait, you did. I understand it's in self-defense. That was in self-defense, but I don't know. I think it was a lot.
Oh, I don't disagree. But it's just the hold that Negan has over them. For them to destroy that hold frees up so much for them. That's way more than they could ever repay. And to take half of their current supplies and food and, you know, stuff like that, that doesn't seem like a bad deal. Because they could always replenish that.
Before they deliver, they're giving it up on faith that they're going to stop the Saviors.
Yeah.
which is a fucking lot to ask.
They're not gonna do it this season, I bet.
And the thing is that
They will. It'll be the culmination, and the big battle will go down in the finale, and that's when the final scene will be Glenn's head being smashed with a baseball bat.
Yep.
we're not getting Negan until the last episode.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Which we found out they had to reshoot his scene because there was too much cursing in it.
Mm.
Because
So
Negan swears like a truck driver.
Edited episode to censors, and they're like, no.
They were like, dude, no, we can't air that. To bleep every other word.
Yeah. Jesus.
They should just put that one episode on HBO.
I would watch the fuck out of it.
We could actually also watch them fuck.
On HBO, yeah, we would have actually seen Michonne and Rick fuck. You're right. Oh, no, wait. We saw Abraham and Rosita banging last season.
We did.
There's a lot of butt action going on.
Some butt on butt.
Butt on butt.
But anyway, I mean...
Wait, I was going to say something about... Oh, something about the arrangement. I don't know, it made me uneasy.
Yeah, me too. I was like,
Whole
that's
thing.
discomforting. It's like you wanted half your food, a cow and a sonogram.
I know what I was saying. Because that's a deal that could easily be extorted.
Did they say that the sonogram had to be on Maggie? Could it have been on the cow?
I don't know. Could have just been like a Rick sonogram. Like, look at my belly.
What if the cow's pregnant? Then they really made out on that deal.
Got 2 cows.
Yeah, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Then they got 2 cows.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
And if they did get 2 cows, I wouldn't utter a thing.
All right, John, you're milking it now.
I mean, my performance has been spotty so far, but I hope you'll forgive me.
What I was gonna say is that that's a deal that
Let's keep it moving. I'm done now.
that's a deal that could easily be extorted. I'm not saying that the Alexandrians will do that, but that's something that can be. Yeah, sure, we'll take half now, establish a trade route later, but then later they could just say, yeah, we're gonna keep taking half.
That'd be a dick move.
Of course, that'd be a dick move. But the thing, let's talk about Hilltop. I want to start calling it Nazareth.
Hill Valley.
Nazareth? Sorry.
Nazareth, yeah.
It's
Nazareth.
Hill.
I
It's
want to
Hill
start calling
Valley.
it Nazareth.
It's Hill Valley. It's got the clock tower. That's it. Boom. Hill Valley.
I don't know what that is.
Back to the Future.
Oh, okay.
The Hill Valley Clock Tower. That's the only building. It's just like a building. It's like the clock tower. It's like, look, we can see everything from here.
Yeah. Which is interesting because that was just an old colonial house. Whatever.
That they built from scratch.
For the set, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
That's crazy.
I didn't expect that because it looks legitimately like a colonial house.
It does.
Well, they did build a colonial house.
Huh?
No, I know, but it looks aged and everything. Like, they did a phenomenal
no.
job with it.
Yeah.
It looks like it's been there.
It fooled me. I've been in those kinds of museums like so many times, and that it looked like just like it.
I spent so much time in Boston in places just like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they did a great, great job.
Yeah, totally. I would not have known unless I saw that clip of them building the house.
Mm-hmm.
But even like the whole wall, everything was so like they had a fucking kiln with a blacksmith. I mean, everything was like colonial, except you looked over and there were the FEMA trailers, but everything
Colonial
else.
FEMA trailers.
Colonial FEMA trailers.
From the oldie times.
It was very. It looked. I don't want to say old, but yeah, like old and established, like it had been there forever.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Can we talk about Gregory yet?
We talked a little. We mentioned it when we were talking about Maggie, but we can
Yeah,
talk more.
he's just a dick.
He's an
gonna say.
asshole. He's the worst. As soon as Maggie walked in, he's like, Natalie, this is not even close. No.
I was close, and we both said at the same time, not really.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
He's like, close enough. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Because here's the thing, I didn't even hear him say Natalie. I just knew it wasn't Maggie. And I was just like, that's not.
And also, I want to bone you instead of negotiate.
That's disgusting. I was just like, aha.
Good.
And it's funny because I really like the exchange that Maggie has with Rick before Maggie goes to talk to him. And like just the look on Rick's face is just like, listen, Maggie, if I try and talk to him, I'm gonna punch him in the face. You have more tact than me. And she did.
Yeah.
It's good, though, to see other... Like, we know Maggie's capable of it, but it's good to see other people stepping up other than Rick, Michonne, and Daryl. Like, just get, and Carol, I guess, too. But, like, get some other people to step up into the mix.
Yeah. But to be honest, in the future... Let's throw aside all of our fears for the moment. The future of Alexandria, I do not see Rick really taking Deanna's role.
No.
I see Maggie doing that.
Yeah. He's not really much of a builder.
Yeah, no, he's not a visionary. He's more of, like, the patrolman. He's always going to be the sheriff. That's what he is,
He is the sheriff.
Yeah.
He'll always be the sheriff.
And then he's got Michonne to keep him in check. Like, they work really well. And she's the second sheriff, second sheriff, deputy, whatever. It's a great combination to have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Rick is just the embodiment of the law.
Yeah, and I think
that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, that was in Rick's mind, too. It was like, Deanna's not around, and I know you're just as good as her.
Yep.
If not better. Because you're a little more stable than she was. She was a little crazy. So yeah, no, she just did not take any of Gregory's shit. She was just like, listen. And he was like the worst kind of politician too, because he's like, yeah, you don't have anything that we need. I'm like, excuse yourself, you're throwing spears off the fucking, top of your wall. Bullshit, you don't need anything. He's like, no, we got ammo from the supply run. I'm like, uh-huh.
But it's really interesting to see the way that they've de-evolutionized. I want to say de-evolutionized because like it's back to caveman. Yeah, because it's like you can keep running runs and get ammo and bullets, but that stuff is still only finite. There's only so much in the area, So to have that, it's like, why haven't Rick's group done that yet?
Well,
and had their weapons for backup.
Here's the thing: those spears, those spearheads, those were made by the blacksmith. They have a kiln. They have the things to make those sort of custom metal. I mean, the other groups could make spears, but they'd have to make them out of wood or stone, and the stone...
Street signs.
Street signs. Yeah, I mean, it's also about necessity and being desperate.
Yep.
And having what you have at hand. And they had not only a kiln, but they presumably have a blacksmith who has the skills to make these things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it sure helps that they were at a colonial museum, which probably had the kiln and the anvils and, all the blacksmith tools there. Because if you've ever been to, like, Sturbridge Village, up in Massachusetts, they got all that stuff there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, no, exactly. They was the tools on hand.
Yep.
And the experience to do it.
Yep. For all we know, that guy may have run the museum.
Yeah, he
could have been the blacksmith of the museum.
Right.
So.
And that's the thing that I was a little disappointed of. We didn't get to hear, besides the guy who got killed and his two friends and Gregory and Jesus, we didn't get to hear anybody else talk.
Mm-hmm.
Like how the place works, who's chief of morality.
This is definitely not the last time we've seen that place after building such an elaborate set. So we have some time.
But what I mean is, like, we just sort of got the first look at it, and I guess I was expecting, because when we saw Woodbury for the first time,
Yep.
we really got to know how that place worked.
Yeah, but we also didn't have our entire cast of characters in a giant conflict. It was just like Andrea.
That is true.
So
That's true.
it was basically,
just-
hi Andrea, you're walking into the city for the first time. We're going to give you the grand tour, acting as the audience taking that tour for the first time.
Yeah.
So it's just
Thanks to know how this place works.
Yeah, we'll get it. And I'm glad that they didn't do it that way, because that would just be a repeat of Woodbury. This way it's mixing it up a little, keeps it interesting.
I think that they should just fight all their wars with spears and swords.
I agree. Just walk up to Negan with a handful of spears.
Got him.
But that's also another thing where Gregory's like, you don't have anything that I want. It's like, we have fighters. Like, what, you have 3 fighters? 4 fighters? Tops?
Nope, 3. They're down 1.
Yeah. So we have the muscle.
Yeah. I mean, they're basically the new protection.
See, when they all got into the RV and they, like, took off, I'm like, they're going to get Negan right now? Like, I didn't realize they're going back to camp, you know, back to Alexandria to... Alexandria? Is that where they are? Yeah.
Alexandria.
Yeah. I'm thinking of Terminus for a second. I'm like, no, wait. Okay, yes. No, Alexandria, and I didn't realize that they're going to all have, like, this big group discussion, because we got to see the little preview on the Talking Dead that they're like, should we even do this? Which is kind of a rude discussion to have after you've already taken the supplies.
That's very true.
You know? I hope Jesus was not present in the room.
He was. He was there.
So...
Alright, so let's talk about next episode. Not tomorrow yet. Rick and the group realize the only way to maintain the peace of Alexandria is to fight a new enemy. This time, though, our group might be outmatched. The preview they showed for it was very interesting. Mm-hmm. And I think it's actually going to be my favorite part of the episode, because it's just Rick breaking it down to everybody in the church.
Right.
And this is the church that was previously outside the walls. I think they've expanded to include the church in the walls.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
At least that's how it seems, because it looks secure. You know, like they're all sitting there without any fear. But they're like panning over the room, and then you just see Morgan just not having it at all, not happy. And we saw Morgan like struggle with, you know, killing people versus not killing people, and now we're taking self-defense out of the equation. And
well, it wasn't just Morgan had a puss on his face. It was Gabriel too.
Yeah. Well, Gabriel's another, because Morgan just has just like I don't even know, because he still hasn't killed a person, right? He still hasn't killed a human yet since his awakening. Right?
I only rolled a 7 for Morgan's diplomacy. I don't think it's gonna work.
Yeah, no, I can't remember now.
Because I don't think he has. He just said I'm sorry when he killed the wolf's zombie.
No, because they ripped him out of the church. I'm thinking like when the floorboards were ripped in the church, I thought maybe he did something then, but they...
You mean Gabriel?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was talking about Morgan.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, no, definitely not Morgan.
Yeah, no. So Morgan hasn't killed a person, and Gabriel has only just come around to killing zombies.
Right.
So these two men are not up for the idea of killing people, killing live humans, not in self-defense. You know, this is preemptive strikes. This is before they've had a chance to come after them.
Right.
So I think both of how Gabriel and Morgan deal with this is going to be really interesting.
Yep, for sure.
I'm excited for that.
Yep.
You guys got anything else to say about this, or anything else?
No, I can't compete with John's puns because he just really raised the stakes.
That was 2. You really grabbed the bull by the horns.
John, we're going to be able to find you.
I don't know. I guess I no more on Twitter for this and many more cow puns.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I'm glad we're putting this episode out to pasture. You can find me at Phenomedom, PHENOMEDOM.
Dude, you didn't even wait for me to say Dom. You just went. You just totally disregard for all order. You can find me at Clio on the socials. You can find all of us at ASOTV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, and right here on YouTube. Follow us for some more podcasts from some of your favorite TV shows, video games, and movies. Until next time, and hopefully they'll stop with all these fucking puns.
We're
Never.
gonna milk this for a long time.
We're terrible.